Welcome to the 2011 State League Men's Grand Final as we see Surrey Park taking on Williamstown. It's been 365 days of anticipation, but 1 year on, we see a replay of the 2010 Grand Final. Joining me in the commentary box is my usual partner in crime, Ryan Bird.
G'day Gus, how are you?
Absolutely fine. And we have a special guest commentator in Tim Frine. Mate, pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Gus. Great to be here. And Birdie, thanks for having me. Look, great game. Really excited to be here. We look at the finals pathway for these two teams. Surrey took it the really hard way. They lost by a goal to Williamstown in the second semi. Come through with a 2-goal win over Footscray in overtime. Williamstown beating Surrey in the second semi by a goal. This is going to be one for the history books.
Mate, take us through the actual team dynamics. What's actually changed from the last year Grand Final that we can expect a different result?
Look, Surrey have a really good import in the face-off who can be a game changer. Williamstown are missing two of their strongest midfielders, being Ryan Garnsworthy and Matt Garnsworthy. Two big players, but Williamstown have a great deal of depth. Williamstown, a run and gun team, haven't changed the past 30 years. Surrey Park, very disciplined, play a very disciplined style in offence. Really excited. It's going to be a cracker of a game.
All right. And taking the field, players getting in position. We see Joel Williams from Williamstown and Evan Roberts from Surrey Park getting ready to take the face. Well, it's been 1 year and one whole lot of anticipation as the players go down. And State League Lacrosse underway. Players fighting hard for the ball. Williams comes out with it and loses possession. That's Marquardt going for the pass. No, but a clever pick up by Lawman, and the ball's taken down the right-hand side of the field.
Lawman passes down the right-hand side, and they look to just be settling it down, just kind of get into a bit of a rhythm to start with. As we see number 14, Jennings with the ball. Looks to take a dodge and pulls back out. Over to Menzies across the top. Over to Lawman, who looks to be lining up for a dodge from the left-hand side. He moves in, pulls out again once he realizes he's got nowhere.
Menzies with the roll dodge. Oh, great save from Tillison. Now, there's an unspoken rule with Williamstown, Tim. They say that they like to take a shot every 30 seconds.
Look, Williamstown will always take a shot every 30 seconds. They usually aim for about 60 shots a game. And what you know, in the opposition, Williamstown will go to goal. They're very, very aggressive. When you're playing Williamstown, you really want to control the ball on offense, and you really want to take away their game. They love the run and gun. You really need to be disciplined and keep the ball in your end of offense.
As we see some amateur transition lacrosse. Ball held with Roberts at the top. Coming across the left-hand side of the field where Higgs is waiting. Surrey slowing it down a little bit. As we see Cook with the ball, passing it up to number 15, Henderson. Who moves it back to Higgs. Waiting at the top. What's Surrey going to plan here, Ryan?
Looks like they're all just trying to get a touch, get a feel for the ball and see how it plays out here. Like Tim just said, they want to keep it in their offense. They could be holding it a little bit too long there. And that's a call for too long.
10 seconds. Take us through that rule, Tim.
Generally, actually, you're holding the ball out far too long, but in that case, that might actually be a moving pick. What you see Surrey Park playing there, they're playing a 22, look like they're trying to fall into a 1-4-1. Generally, they're starting wide and pushing back in, but you can actually see they're set playing offense. It'll be interesting to see if they run that all game.
Oh, very interesting, as we see Matthew Price with the ball. Sticking over the restraining line and looking to leg it up. These players have some great transition players. As the ball's gone to Marquardt on the far side. Is he going to run for the goal? No, he's not. Pass it into the middle, where it looks like it's Jennings waiting.
Looks like Williamstown is setting up in a 22 also, got two behind. Really playing a one-on-one game. Surrey Park are sliding and being very aggressive towards the ball and defence, which is good to see.
As you saw, Jennings just got crunched by two guys there. Very aggressive defence. They're following him out very far away. That is number 12, Tomasino, with the ball now. Passes back up to Price, who looks to be taking it around, though. Passes back to Tomasino. Down behind to number 10, Morlang.
No, it's number 4, Wilkinson with the ball, who comes in and gets the goal right in front of the cage, runs behind, change hands, and gets that goal. Absolutely fantastic work. Take us through the replay, Timmy.
Very clever play there. You see Williamstown have taken a short stick behind. They've inverted behind. They're playing one-on-one game with a short stick D from Surrey. Very simple lacrosse, but very effective.
And isn't he happy? His players come running in, and Williamstown open their account.
Tell you what, he had to tiptoe to avoid that crease there, though. He fancy footwork got him the goal there, I think, more than anything. As we see, Joel Williams and Roberts take the face. Roberts wins, and they both get taken down. Roberts comes out with it in the end.
Oh, this boy is a prospect, isn't he?
He definitely is. I'd be looking for big things from him today, Gus.
Henderson on the left-hand side, taking it behind the cage. I think Surrey's going to look to draw that short ball again, like Williamstown were able to. As we see number 17, Spreadborough behind. Not going for that Superman shot he loves. As the ball comes to the top, could it be Roberts? No, it's number 20, Pepperell. Charging in, changing hands, and a very unorthodox dodge. Sees the ball go to Roberts. Across to number 17, Spreadborough. Back to Roberts. A hard shot, gets the goal. Bottom left-hand side to the goalie. And look at that, aren't they happy? 1-1. Great work. Timmy, take us through that.
Well, you can see again, Surrey Park starting really in a 22, look like they're falling to 1-4-1. You've got the veteran there, David Spreadborough, about 38 years of age. I think played the Australian team 94-98. Really controls the Surrey Park offence. Got a big shot from the outside, and you can see too, the Williamstown defence are very quick to slide. They're very aggressive all across the field, not only in offence but also defence.
You could probably say that slide was almost unnecessary though, if the player wasn't actually in that much danger of getting a goal.
Yeah, and look, it's depends how the teams like to play.
You see Roberts running gun, going in, Spreadborough right in front of the cage, and a very, very easy save for Evan Willis. Fast break lacrosse, lovable host. As the ball's cleared by Price, over to Wilson on the right-hand side. A good save.
I've noticed a few times Williamstown are really kicking the ball across field rather than going down the line. As a principle, you really want to be pushing the ball down the line, not throwing across field. It can be dangerous, increase your risk of throwing the ball out of bounds. Usually not what we see from Williamstown. They're usually very aggressive straight down the line.
Would you say that's come down to Surrey's pressure thus far in the game?
I'd say Surrey Park have a big emphasis here on riding and really trying to slow down the Williamstown fast break.
This ball's passed in the middle and loses possession.
Darren Nicholas missing that pass on the quick stick there. As number 18, Harvey picks it up and fumbles it. The ball in dispute here. Number 13 for Williamstown.
Bradley. Oh, sorry, for Williamstown, my bad. It's Chris Welsh. As ball's held again in the forward line by Wilkinson. Geez, they got it back after that fumble. Good effort.
They look to take it behind just as they're subbing off there, just so that they can hold it safely while they get all their men on. As the ball comes round to the top right-hand side, my mistake, to Lawman. And they keep holding it behind. Lawman looks to take a dodge. He sneaks on the inside, get double-manned. And as...
That looks like an intercept from Spalding. He got that out of nowhere. Tilson comes out. And a quick clear. Sees the ball move down the right-hand side of the pitch. Now in the middle, where it looks like number 9, Higgs. Taking the ball to the right-hand side. Is that Spreadborough? Yes, it is. Who slows it down?
Spreadborough controlling the offence. He's a veteran of Surrey Park. He's really been with them the last 5 years and really been through the development of this team.
Oh, let's hope it works out for him. As the balls move well in the forward line. Just behind the cage, now move to the top. Now with number 5, Darcy Keir, who charges in on his right-hand side, offloads it quick. Higgs is waiting, changes hands, shoots and misses by mere meters.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, it's not a soccer goal, it's a lacrosse goal. They're only 6 foot by 6 foot, and he was just a little bit off target there, I think.
Yeah. Look, I can't throw rocks there. I recall a 98 grand final against Williamstown where I had a shot and actually went about 50 metres over the net and smashed from the m.c.c windows, one of the lead windows. And
that's a goal! That's a great effort. Sorry to interrupt you there, Tim, but that's a fantastic goal. Out of nowhere, they get possession and get that goal. Take us through it, Timmy.
Really simple play, really basic lacrosse, driving behind, see Spreadborough, kicking the ball on. And again, you've got a cut coming here from the right side, cut on the right side. Henderson just sitting on the corner. Really got to watch Henderson. He's quite sneaky, quite a big guy, but he's actually quite sneaky.
Got Marquardt completely off balance.
How did he get so open there, Timmy? I mean, he was right on the crease without a man on him.
Again, you're playing a very aggressive defence. The principle when you're playing a very aggressive defence that like to slide a lot is move the ball. It's not the first or second pass that usually gets a goal. It's the third. That's a prime example of that.
Now, Williams has just been called for a violation. How does that work in the face-off for all the viewers that don't actually know the rules that well?
With the face-off, you actually got to wait till the whistle's blown, and then there you have a break. Someone's broken before the whistle, or a midfielder has stepped over the line before the whistle, and then it's an automatic turnover.
Oh, well, unfortunately for Williamstown, it went against them as the jump shot goes wayward, and sorry, clean up. Ball's on the right-hand side with Roberts, who rolls. Ball moves to the top. Moves to the left-hand side.
Andrew Arthur, big shot, and saved by Evan Willis.
Jeez, he's in touch. He's in touch.
I think he's feeling good today. He's as Williamstown clear the ball, and it's in dispute in Williamstown's forward line now. Number 17, Spreadborough tries to pick it up.
Oh,
To
good
no
hit
avail.
off the ball. Great hit. That's what we like to see. Good hard-fought lacrosse. As Spalding comes out with the ball. Passes to the right-hand side for an easy clear. That's a fast break. Right in front of the cage. And
Oh.
misses again. Unfortunate for Surrey, but lucky for Williamstown. Surrey's possession.
I get so excited whenever I see a fast break, Gus. It's the name of our show, and it's exactly what we like to see here.
Yeah, a bit of free promotion. Why is it, for the viewers that don't actually know the rules that well, that players run after a ball after it's shot?
Quite simple. When there's a shot, it's on a shot. It's the first player to the ball that will gain possession. It's not your automatic out of bounds. It's actually the first player closest to the ball when the ball goes out on a shot that will gain possession. So generally, as a rule, teams should always have a player backing up when they know they've got some big shooters such as Surrey and Williamstown. They'll always should have a player behind the goal ready to step to get the ball when it goes out of bounds.
In this case, it's Josh O'Neill. Right on the crease. The ball's moved.
Oh!
What a rocket! He has a rocket, and he gets the goal. Absolutely great work from Evan Roberts. He's got a gun. Take
Evan
us
Roberts is really a threat in this game. You can see he's got a big outside shot. He's shooting well, and he's drawing the defence. Williamstown really have to look at how they're going to shut this guy down if they're really going to take control of this game.
Well, that's his second. That's his second for the game. I think you're right, Timmy. Unless they do something about it, he could be a big threat for them.
Now, Williamstown 1, Surrey Park 3. Players go down for the face. Again, Joel Williams and Roberts. And Williams comes out with it. Good ground ball.
He used his body well there to hold Roberts out, just keeping himself between the ball and Roberts the whole time, and that's what won him the ball there.
Well, he's got a pretty good nuggety build. I love that word, nuggety. It's a great description.
You just love nuggets, Gus.
I sure do. The ground shot, oh, it's gone wayward. But, as you see, like Tim Fry told us before, Williamstown were able to back up the shot and therefore maintain possession.
Another big shooter for Williamstown, number 14, Daniel Jennings. Had taken some time off the game, but prior to actually taking time off, he was on fire. His outside shot is actually incredible, so do watch him.
Oh, and a
Ooh.
quick stick there from number 4, Wilkinson. Unfortunately, just missing the cage, and the ball goes out for a Williamstown ball.
Good desperation from Higgs, though, diving to try and back it up. As we talked about before, as Williamstown's number 10, Morlang offloads it. DiPietro with the ball. Move to the right-hand side. Again, are they going to look to get it behind and try and charge through the defence line like they did for their first goal?
You see Williamstown really working through the shorts.
Oh,
Is that it?
Great
That's
goal.
the goal.
that was so fast I didn't even see it. Blink and you'll miss it. I think we need to see that in slow motion.
Again, Williamstown working the short behind, what we call inverting behind. Much easier going along. He's drawing. They're getting a cut from the top. Again, classic lacrosse.
Not much Tillotson could do about that one.
Cuts coming from the top, dodging from behind. Easy way, easy goals.
All right. 2-3 to Surrey Park.
Now we see Darren Nicholas taking his first face off the game. Darren Nicholas, formerly of Eltham, veteran of the game, absolutely dominated Australian lacrosse for many years. Now at the age of 38, coming back from the 2011 Indoor World Cup this year. Very impressive athlete.
He loves to play transition lacrosse, I've noticed, Timmy. He gets a lot of goals and sets up a lot of goals from fast breaks, and that's really where you've got
Flag's being thrown. Flag down. That is 30 seconds for hold against the aforementioned Darren Nicholas. Now, exactly what does that mean, Tim?
Well, effectively a hold is where you're restricting the other player from progressing forward with the ball, so Darren also may have been interfering there. I'd question that hold there. It was a clean check on the stick. It's actually probably, I'd call that a poor call. And now we see Surrey Park with the man up for 30 seconds. Their extra man, moving the ball quickly. Poor shot selection there.
Absolutely right, as Cook loses the ball.
Oh, there's a dog on the field. That's classic lacrosse. And we keep on playing.
Grand final lacrosse.
That's the elite level, ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing stops a lacrosse game.
Please don't call Evan Willis a dog. That's not cool.
No, Evan Willis is not a dog. He's a good man and a good goalkeeper.
Well, he's already had 2 saves this quarter. As Surrey Park with possession on the right-hand side.
Again, Surrey working the ball behind. Just settling the play. Look, they're obviously working into a set play here. They'll move the ball. Everyone will get a touch. They're just working their way into it. They're a very patient, disciplined team. They're really going to suck the fast break game out of Williamstown. They're going high to Roberts. They're probably forming a 1-4-1. He's going to drive from the top. He's going to come drive, draw, or he'll rip it.
Ooh, and a good save. Another one. That's the 3rd one for Evan Willis. And he goes for a quick. They love transition lacrosse. This is Williamstown's game. Surrey has gone for a sub, and Darren Nicholas is charging down the field. Dodgers quickly offloads it to Wilkinson and gets the goal. Fantastic work. That is Williamstown's bread and butter.
And Darren Nicholas is a master at the fast break. You see there, he's on the fast break. You see the ball from Evan. He's broken top out of defence. Very quickly out of defence. He's between the lines, a fantastic player.
Can I just add one-handed take? That's pretty impressive right there.
And you'll see here, he's going to now draw the player, and he's going to look to dump. So he's drawn number 80s or 9 from Surrey. He's looking to move the ball on very quickly because the other players have to slide. Goal. Basic lacrosse for the kids out there is draw and dump.
3-all. DiPietro takes the face for Williamstown, and Surrey comes out with it. River Bradley passes to Roberts.
River Bradley gets the ball back on the Surrey wing under some pressure. Passes it off to O'Neill. Darcy Keir, sorry, my mistake. Who puts a long ball in under pressure and gets it over to Spreadborough, who holds it safely in their attack.
A good effort there from Surrey, going for the long pass across the field. Tim mentioned before that it's not ideal to pass across the field, as you might get a ball go out. But if it is a definite outlet, you should take it.
Generally, as a rule, if I was coaching kids, I will always encourage them to go down the line. If I want the ball to go out of bounds, I want it down far end as I can, so I can actually ride the ball to get it back.
Let's see a shot from Darcy Keir.
Hit the outside of the cage, and it's being cleared by Butson, who gets on the scraps, runs it up the field, passes to the halfway line, where number 9. It's in dispute here. In dispute.
Players all around the ball. There's a massive scuff going on. Hard fought lacrosse, and Wilkinson comes out with it. Great ground ball. Basic lacrosse. Great effort. As we see, Lawman charging down the field and passes to the top. Goes for the crank and slows it down. And timeout Williamstown. Well, great effort. Let's have a look at some of the highlights thus far. The first goal, of course, starting with Williamstown.
You see here they're inverting behind, taking the short behind, not really want to run through the longs too much. Surrey Park a little bit slow to slide there.
A great goal to start the game, but the goals from either side. It's a great effort to start off behind the cage and use that short pole to get the goal.
I think it's actually one of the most interesting things about lacrosse that you'll see both teams doing it all day, is that space behind the goal. You don't get that in a lot of sports, and it really gives lacrosse that edge that makes it exciting, and you can use it to turn the goalkeeper and stuff like that.
And for our viewers, what you're seeing here is actually, you always have to engage the defence. It's important to always be engaging the defence, driving the goal, because what you're trying to encourage is the whole defensive unit to slide, then you kick the ball on, looking for the guy who's open to shoot the ball. They're easy goals. It's a way you always have to play, so we should always be seeing an attack player with the ball, engaging his defender, looking to make some play and make something happen.
It's something the coaches tend to talk about, because you've always got 2 options, and that's either the pass or the shot. And if you're engaging your defender, you can be doing either 2 of those things, looking to the cage and getting that pass, or looking for that pass and alternatively going to the cage. And you always have those 2 options open when engaging your defender.
Or a rule of thumb generally is that you receive the ball, the first thing you think of is, do I have a shot? If not, do I have a dodge? Secondly, I kick the ball on straight away, or you're looking for a cutter.
As play starts again with Williamstown in the forward line. What can they make here? As we see number 17, Lawman, laying down the law. Ball's behind.
I think he might have had the law laid down on him there. He had to retreat there and put the ball behind, actually, Gus.
I can even say from watching this game in the first quarter, midi D is going to be the thing that wins this game.
Midi D.
Good, solid midi D is what's going to win the game, and that is really boils down to good body position. Generally, for the viewers not used to lacrosse, it's not about hitting someone with your stick. It's actually good body position and maintaining your ground.
Ooh.
And forcing the poor shot.
And a quick stick shot from
Darren Nicholas.
Good effort. Again, you say that, and especially from Surrey's perspective, they love transition lacrosse and getting fast breaks. So midfield defense has a definite role in trying to reduce, or if not completely stop that aspect of fast breaks, especially from the face-off.
Exactly. Midi D will win you, will be the thing that will win you a game, because an offensive unit's always going to look for the weak link in defense that they want to run through, and usually that's a short stick.
Oh, and a fumble there by number 10, Morlang, on the pass from Jennings. And it'll be a Surrey ball from the side as they pass back into Tillison and clear to the far side as O'Neill runs it up the field. Using a short stick to clear it there, Timmy. Is that a usual tactic?
Generally, with they actually turned it over. That's unfortunate for the young fellow. But generally, as a rule, you'll have set clears, and generally you'll set up with a clear. And what Surrey are doing there, they're putting a fast runner down the back and they're running the ball out. They think they've got the speed to do that, and that's actually a good thing to do if you have athletic players in your team. But generally, for the non-lacrosse viewers out there, we're always setting up in a set clear, and the opposing team will set in a ride, trying to counteract that clear. So depending on the ride you're going to encounter, you have to very quickly organise a clear with 10 people.
Something my junior coaches used to always tell me was the ball would always travel faster than a player. So if you wanted the ball to get the forward line in the fastest amount of time possible, you pass it.
Gus, exactly right. Lacrosse isn't a complicated game. Moving the ball is the best way to go about it. Occasionally, when we're having a tough time clearing the ball, we'll have someone run it out. Generally, that hasn't paid off for Surrey on this occasion, but once in a while, you might want to pull that out.
To Josh O'Neill's credit, he is a top dodger and a good effort. Oh, off the post.
Big shot there from Price, and the ball comes off the post.
Andrew Arthur charging down the field, and this is a definite fast break. The midi defense hasn't got time to get back there. Move to the right-hand side. Oh, great effort. Looks like I think it was a save from...
Not sure if Sparrow was trying to drop like fake low and then go high there or kick it to the corner. Either way, Evan Willis read that very well.
Good D from Spalding. Oh! No! Gets the goal. Screened by Spalding. Darren Nicholas. He has a rocket. Tim Fry said it before, and boy, did he deliver. Take us through that goal.
Classic Darren Nicholas. He's coming on his right. He's looked to roll. He's driving to his left. Pull back to his right. On his right hand. Simple shot. Now, what's happened there? The keeper has lost sight of the ball. Darren's hitting it quite well. Not sure where it's coming from. He shot what we call round arm from the hip. Bang, hit the corner quite nicely.
And 4-3 to Williamstown. We've seen these two from the start taking the face. Roberts and Williams. That's the quarter, and that's the first quarter of lacrosse.
Well, that snuck up on us. It's been such an exciting quarter that I didn't even know it was ending, Gus.
Well, fantastic work from both teams. Some dynamite goals, and some fantastic work off the midfield.
As you'd think, Surrey Park controlling the ball, Williamstown being very, very aggressive in offence, as they have done for the last 30 years. They love, and we've seen a few fast break goals there from Williamstown. That's their bread and butter. They really rely on fast break lacrosse. Surrey Park are really now have to lay down the gauntlet, so to speak, and take that game away from Williamstown. Just suck away the fast break game, keep on controlling the game. I think we're in for a ripper though.
All right, we'll be back for second quarter. All right, second quarter of the men's State League Grand Final.
That's a close one, Gus. Only one goal in it. I think we're all expecting that as Jason blows a whistle. And Roberts looks to come out with the ball. He gets hit, still holds onto it. And it looks like there's been a call by the ref there. I think
interference. Now, see, that's weird because I thought he definitely had possession during that hit.
It looked to me like he did. I'm not sure what Jason saw there, but you never know. From the different angles, different things look like different calls.
Generally, the hit looked clean there. May have been something else. Because the other thing for our viewers is the attack players and defence line players cannot go over the restraining line until possession's called. So you may think one of them may have broken. Great shot by Roberts
with the rocket. Boy, he's got a dynamite left-hand shot.
That's his third goal. All left-handed big rockets.
Hey, you can't give this guy 2 meters. Take us through the shot.
Well, pretty simple. This is Henderson driving. He's drawn to scissor slide. Roberts is open. I would not be leaving Roberts by himself. He's too dangerous. Gets his defender offline. He's got a short stick on him. Great top right shot. Look, guy's an American import. He can play. Most Americans can. He's got a great outside shot. Right now, at the moment, if I was Williamstown, I would have a long stick all over him, not leaving him. It would be up his shirt, basic defence. Don't give him any room. And you've got to be on his hands the whole time. That means having a stick on his hands, not letting him get a shot off.
Scores level.
I'll tell you what, not only can he shoot, but he can take a centre as well, as see him win another centre and passes over to 18.
I never thought an American would be one of the best Australian lacrosse players. As the ball's moved to the right-hand side.
And generally, you're seeing Roberts, he can play, he's a left-hander, but when he plays face-up, he's playing with his right. So he's playing left and right. Very slow player, he's going to take a rest. It's a lot of work when you're playing face-off up and down the field. You're up and down. Face-off is hard work. It's like you're a gladiator. The two players just dueling over a ball and actually beating the hell out of each other.
And we see Surrey with the ball in their attacking half, looking to
Set
make
play,
a move.
looks like an isolation. No,
It's come off quite slowly there, unfortunately.
Again, we watch Surrey Park. Basic principles from top. Ben Waite, classic player, quite sneaky. And you're seeing Surrey Park are doing the passing the ball, and then they're doing what we call cutting.
Oh, wayward pass. Sees the ball go down to Surrey's defence line. And is that an offside call?
That's back over for Surrey Park. So for our non-lacrosse viewers, when the ball goes over from your offence over the centre line, we call that back over. Possession goes to the other team.
Much like a cross-court in basketball, Timmy.
Yeah, correct. Again,
I read somewhere that the modern rules for basketball were actually created by a lacrosse player.
may have been actually. You don't know. Lacrosse is one of the oldest team sports in the world. Again,
good foot save from
Williamstown,
Tillison.
very aggressive play.
And the ball's moved behind number 14, Jennings.
Jennings,
Grandpa
got a short
Jennings. Passes to the middle. Lawman. Good ground ball and a clever check. Solid defense work from Ham. Jennings goes for the...
There's that big shot from Jennings. Yeah. Very dangerous. Had no angle and actually hit the cage. Very impressive shot. Really got to keep a stick on his hands there, not let him get free, even when he's above the restraining line. Really got pressure on him. Lawman played originally at Williamstown, had a few years over in Glenelg, I believe, in South Australia. A very accomplished player, looking very good, controlling the game for Williamstown.
As we see Menzies with a one-handed shot. Two hands for beginners, thanks Menzies, but not a bad effort. Sorry, a bit harsh on my behalf, but as we now see Morlang trying the same thing, and as he loses the ball.
And he looks like he gets called for being in the crease. Of course, no attacking player is allowed to be in the defending team's crease.
You see Surrey Park here and set up a clear. This is a very classic clear. Goalkeeper walks it down looking the open player.
Oh, that's not very classic, that one there, Timmy, I don't think.
Not for any state league team anyway. As the ball's moved to Tomasino and Morlang. Good defence from Spalding.
Williamstown are really sucking out the defence here. Darren Nicholas from the top. Likely probably to roll back in there. Just getting a feel for it. You see they're just working the ball at the top. They're going to look, draw and dump.
Butson fumbles.
Possession. There has been a lot of, you'd say fumbles. Oh, perfect example. You'd say fumbles from both teams early in this game.
I'd have to agree, Gus. Especially the first quarter was great. Second quarter was seeing a few fumbles, but also Williamstown have a very aggressive offensive style. So really the thing they need to think about now doing is probably slowing the game down a bit, just getting a feel for the ball, just working the ball around and driving the goal again when they feel a bit more comfortable.
Do you think it's maybe a case of, as we see a timeout called to Surrey Park,
well,
do you think it's normally it's maybe a case of grand final nerves, Timmy?
Look, generally the first quarter on the 5 grand finals I've played in, coach one also, you are nervous in the first quarter, but generally you run yourself into the game. The way you do that is just keep on running as hard as you can. Generally, I think after the first quarter, the adrenaline's worn off and players are actually somewhat fatigued. We'll see them, usually the championship quarter is definitely the third quarter. It's going to be interesting this game to see where it breaks. Is it going to be goal for goal? Are we heading to overtime? Will we see an overtime game in this final series? Or will we see one team break away? Williamstown are notorious for breaking away in the third quarter. They are absolutely notorious for it. However, if I go back to, I think, 10, 12 years, Williamstown up by 9 goals in the last quarter against Surrey. Surrey come back to win the game.
Well, last year, I believe it was the second quarter where Williamstown ran away with it. I think Surrey might have even won the final quarter.
It was actually,
might have been even third quarter, but I'm pretty sure it was the second quarter that Williamstown got something. It was something ridiculous, like 7-2, and just run away with the game, and Surrey just couldn't claw their way back into it.
It was actually an incredibly close game for 3 quarters. Unfortunately, that second quarter blew it out for Surrey, and so Williamstown ran away with it, and the game never seemed as close as it actually was.
And look, Surrey Park have actually lost to some teams they shouldn't have lost to this year. I think they lost to Malvern and Camberwell, who didn't even come into the final series, and both very good teams. But Surrey have been a dominant team, but they've been a little bit hit and miss throughout the year. So I'm interested to see how they play. They've had a good run in the final series in the last 5 years. They haven't come away with the big one. So it's kind of, this is the case. Is the monkey still on the back? We'll find out.
Josh O'Neill losing his balance and gets the goal from a round arm shot. Absolutely fantastic work. Had some fumbles earlier on, but makes up for it with that dynamite goal. Let's have a look at it. All right, from behind the cage. And he's drawn the short pole.
You see again, he's inverting behind the short pole. He falls over. In actual fact, him falling over, Evan Willis, you see there, very solid keeper, has lost track of the ball. His stick's still high. He's not really sure where the shot's coming. Ball's gone low. Very good shot. Actually, him falling over really threw the goalkeeper there.
And I think for the first time in this game, Surrey Park is ahead. No, it's not. It's been up and down the whole time. Surrey Park 5, Williamstown 4.
Great duel in the face-off. Very impressive. It's very hard to really work out who's winning the face-offs at the moment. They're both going sort of neck and neck.
Oh, I'd say even.
Yeah, definitely. And the face-off is where games are won and lost, generally in grand finals, and especially on ground balls also. But face-off is the second most important position in the game, first most important being the goalkeeper.
Of course.
Well, that's a lot of pressure to put there on the goalkeeper, but I think you're right, Timmy. A good
Thanks,
goalkeeper can win you a game.
Definitely. Goalkeepers will go back to the first grand final we won, I think it was in 2004. Steve Mackey effectively won us the game. He made a number of saves. He saved us many times. Steve Mackey, the Australian goalkeeper in 2010. But goalkeepers win games.
Conversely, you can't win a game 0-0.
Ooh.
Very
so
true.
As good as goalkeepers you might have, you need someone to be backing them up in the forward line.
Well,
as we see a big wayward shot from Menzies there.
Yeah, that one went down to the Chadstone shopping centre.
I think it was getting
Pick me up some
bargains down at
shoes.
Chatty.
Now, what's interesting too here, I'm not really seeing Williamstown go into an out-of-bounds play. Generally, most teams will play an out-of-bounds play to take advantage of getting short behind. Shot low, out-of-bounds again.
Jennings.
Lawman will start with the ball. But generally when teams start with the ball out of bounds, they'll have an out-of-bounds play. It's really targeted just a one-on-one to isolate the guy behind with cutters from the top.
Menzies has the shorty. Back up to the top.
Jennings looking to take on Spalding. Spalding throwing some good checks in there. So Menzies, he passes on to Lawman, who passes down behind and gets the ball back. Looks to push in from the side. Gets the ball behind to Morlang.
Whoa, the flag's thrown for a check. That was soft. I tell you what, both those players got a slap on the wrist.
That's a 1 minute foul there for a slash on Andrew Ham, number 10 for Surrey. So we're going to see Williamstown go into a power play for 1 minute where they will be one man up. You've got to expect them to score one man up with a minute, don't you
We
think?
definitely want to see them get a few shots off here. Again, Tillotson, very good goalkeeper. You've got to move the ball. I really want to see what Williamstown obviously here is staying in a 3-3. They'll move into something else, probably after the 30-second period. They'll work a 3-3 from the top, work the ball high. When the ball probably goes low.
Whoa, good save.
Good save.
Unlucky.
And Wilkinson picks up the scraps. I think he's smiling because he can't really believe it. He put that first shot in. Tillotson got the save, but Wilkinson managed to pick up the scraps and just put it in over the top of him.
Tillotson is thinking, come on, boys, there's only so much I can do. You know?
And every game will always get the unlucky goal, the scrappy goals. And generally, you have to account for it, 2 or 3 of them. It was good shot selection. He went low. He got the rebound. Had he gone high, his likelihood of missing is greater. Shooting always fake high, shoot low. You may get the rebound. Good play.
And for the third time in this game, scores level. As it's Nicholas in the face-off. But unfortunately, he's beaten by Darcy Keir.
Very unusual to see Darren Nicholas getting beaten in the face-off. He's a very, very solid face-off player.
And Surrey calls the timeout.
I think that's their second for this half. So generally, teams get 2 timeouts per half, and that will be the last one for Surrey.
There you go. Let's have a look at some of these replays. This is the Josh O'Neill falling shot. Jeez, he did well to maintain his balance on that one.
I think you're right though, Timmy. It was really the fall that helped him get the goal there, really turning something that could have been bad for him into a positive.
A natural thespian, if you will.
And what's great to see is Surrey Park have got some other goal shooters stepping up. They're not just relying on their big guy Evan Roberts and David Sperborough and Warwick Henderson. They've got some other players down there who are really stepping up the plate. Williamstown with a man-up goal. Generally, you really want to score on your man-up. Williamstown will still be man up, so Surrey Park effectively now have to go into offence knowing they're a man down. What we'll see here, and we should see, if Surrey still are a man down, we should see Williamstown press the ball.
Not if Roberts has anything to say about it. He'll take on 17 players and have time for a coffee. The ball's moved to the right-hand side.
And no, we are back man on man.
Alright, so the foul has ended. The 1 minute clock has effectively ended. And Williamstown easily draw possession of the ball as Wilson picks it up and loses it just as easy as he picks it up. Unfortunate work for these players.
Yeah, always, again, ground balls win games. They're crucial. Again, if Surrey Park turn around here and get a goal, that ground ball really is going to hurt Williamstown.
Well, you hear it in a lot
look
of
at that
sports.
interception from Marquardt. That was fantastic work.
He read that pass from a mile away. He just saw it coming, and he made the run before the ball was even thrown.
Now, again, I haven't played much defence myself, but what do you have to do to be ready for those interceptions?
Well, as a defensive player, that sort of play with Jennings looking to wind up, and you see him, he's just itching to let one rip. Generally, as a defensive player, that's reminiscent of the Ben Fleming of Eltham defensive player. Always what we call a steal or an intercept. It's crucial for defenders to really analyse the ball and the movement and actually get those intercepts. Again, the reason that happened, the Surrey Park player was standing still, wasn't moving to the ball. As a general basic rule we teach kids is always move your feet, move to the ball, receive the ball and turn, protect the stick. If you stand still, it gives guys like Sam Marquardt, who played Australia, I think 2 or 3 times, very, very, very good defender, and will always what we call cherry pick.
You have to be a great judge. Oh, Josh O'Neill keeps the ball in play. Great effort. And fantastic work from Troy Butson as well.
Now there is a classic example where the ball needs to go down the line, not back to the centre of the field. Generally, when you're under pressure, your first thought should be to hoik it as far as you can down your end, down the line. If you get possession, great. If you don't, you can set up a ride, try and get the best chance for a turnover.
Now back on that topic of the interceptions from the long poles, you have to be a great judge of the distance and length, because you can just find yourself completely running, and if the attacking player gets the ball, good save from Evan Willis.
Generally, that's right. You have to be a very good judge, and you're really risking, because if you don't actually get that ball, the attack player is going to have half a step on you and is going to go to goal. So you really have to be very confident. As we see David Sperborough really starting to step it up this quarter. David Sperborough very big with an underarm shot. You ever seen him drop his stick?
There's a flag. Flag's been thrown.
I think that is. It looks to be an unsportsmanlike.
Yes, and the refs have called unsportsmanlike conduct. Surrey's number 21, Andrew Arthur, will have to serve 1 minute in the box. Williamstown now a man up.
And it's a free clear. What's a free clear?
Generally, that means now Williamstown will start with the ball from their centre line. So Williamstown go into a man up. This is a second man up. They really have to capitalise on this. You can see here they've got one behind. Looks like they're starting maybe a 1-3-2. Trying the ball behind, going to work the corners. See the Surrey Park defence really having to work hard. Poor shot selection there. He really should have looked at Nicholas there on the corner. He's what we call naked.
Right, as we see, Price coming out with the ball and offloads it to Morlang on the left-hand side.
You see Reggie or Darren Nicholas here really work the ball in the corners, trying to draw that defender.
Well, Jennings he loves this shot.
Oh, big underarm bounce shot there, and it goes wide. Darren Nicholas backs up the shot, and will start with the ball, bringing it into play. Looking to take a dodge from behind. Passes to the crease.
Right, and that's Tillison's bread and butter. He loves that. If anything's not cutting anything hard and fast, he'll just pick it up easy. How many times has he played for Australia, Timmy?
Well, Tilton actually was very unfortunate. Big hit there and good turnover by Williamstown. Tilton's been very unfortunate. He was during the tryouts, the 2010 Australian team was injured and unfortunate to pull out. So we actually haven't seen him in the Australian team yet, but hopefully 2014 we will see him suit up. He's a very solid keeper, a lot of potential. He's the sort of guy that has really held Surrey Park together the last 5 years in terms of the defensive line. To get the ball past him, you've got to move the ball, you've got to turn his head. He's very solid, you've got to respect him. He's good high and low, and he can clear the ball.
He's got one of the best reflexes of, you'd say, any athlete in the world. He could probably has that natural ability to play any sport and be good at it.
Very good cricketer, reflexes. I believe. Very good cricketer. And overall, your goalkeepers are generally the best athletes in the team. They're incredibly quick, very explosive, and generally very brave.
Spreadborough. Oh, another shot hits the defender.
You see that shot from Sparrow again. He likes to shoot low to high. He'll drop his shoulder. He likes to shoot the ball low to high. Generally, you can always see it coming. Again, Sparrow's a guy got to keep your stick on. Make sure he doesn't get his hands free to let one rip.
And interesting to note, in that frame, we actually got to see, you don't get to see the shot often, but you got to see the stick and Evan Willis right in front of it. And he held his position high, maybe anticipating that shot was coming high.
Generally, it'd be like a cricketer anticipating where a paceman's going to deliver the ball.
Oh, that's got to be a trip. Right there. That's a trip. 30 seconds on Bradley Spalding right there.
All right.
So we're going to see Williamstown again go to another man up. They really have to capitalise here on this man up situation. They didn't get the last 30. But generally, going back, just for our non-lacrosse viewers, you've got to think this ball, solid rubber ball, it's travelling anywhere from 140 to 160 k an hour at a goalkeeper's head. The hardest shot in the world that's been recorded is 111 mile per hour by a guy. I can't recall the bloke's name. I played against him in the World Cup. Has a ripping shot. Paul Rabel, absolutely US player. And generally, when that ball hits, it hurts.
Ooh. A hard shot goes wayward just above the keeper's right-hand shoulder, and a new ball's given. No, we can't be bothered getting that one.
And you know also, for non-lacrosse viewers, the goalkeeper is wearing a chest pad and generally will always wear a box.
I wouldn't go on the field personally without wearing a box anywhere on the field, I think, Timmy.
Yeah, that's the same.
Well, I know from personal experience a box doesn't 100% protect whatever it's trying to protect. As Morlang has the ball and moved to the left-hand side, where Jennings is waiting.
Jennings.
Oh, and he has that rocket. You are right. No matter where he's shooting from, it's going to go close to the cage.
He's a very dangerous player. I want you to keep your hands on it. He's probably not getting his angles right at the moment. He's shooting a bit low.
As we see Williamstown pick up the loose ball in their defensive half. And number 15, Marquardt clears it up to Darren Nicholas in the Williamstown attacking half, who's looking to drive at the cage. Big shot. Ooh. And saved by Tillison.
Jeez,
as the ball goes out over the end line for a Williamstown ball.
They've probably had about 4 or 5 just missed shots over the past 4 or 5 minutes, but all of those just add pressure.
And look, Gus, as you're saying, what I'm analysing from this quarter is Surrey have had 25% of possession, if that. Williamstown have missed a lot of opportunities. This could really hurt them. This is where it could be what we see as a turning point of the game. Williamstown are not converting. They've got a lot of possession. They've got an opportunity really to get ahead of Surrey Park. I really want to step it up a bit and have better shot selection.
There's Matthew Price passes to Morlang. Ball's on the right hand side, and Wilkinson loses it but maintains possession from a good ground ball. Is Jennings. Is he gonna use that right hand crank that he loves so much? Underarm.
Now you see there what happened. The midi D effectively said to him, "I want you." Set himself up. He wanted him to drive down and go down the right hand side on his left hand. He's trying to take the big shot away from him and wants him to shoot on his left hand because he knows he's right hand dominant.
And we see River Bradley there picking up the scraps from a fumbled ball as he clears it down the field. And just like you were talking about earlier, Timmy, when he was pressed on the line, he put it down to the defensive end.
And Ryan, that's great play from Surrey. They can now set up and ride and give them the best opportunity to turn the ball over. Ben Waite here, he'll hustle number 12. You see there, and hopefully they will get a turnover, but generally that's smart play. It gives the defence some time to rest. The defence has been working really, really hard.
And the ball's in the Williamstown's forward line. Morlang holding the ball on the left-hand side. Looking to set up their plan, maybe get that short pole defender. I'm not sure. I think, yes, the players are even on the field.
And just to note, also for non-lacrosse viewers, if ever you do go watch a lacrosse game, don't stand behind the goal. It's a silly place to watch a game.
Unless you got a chest pad in a box like the goalie does.
And if I'm shooting, run away.
No, that's for anyone who's standing on the side or maybe the other end.
Yeah, if Tim's shooting, you're best not to be within 100 metres.
Yeah, very true.
As Josh O'Neill dodges two players.
Oh, but I tried.
Passes to the middle. Runs it back over. No, sorry, restraining line. My bad. It's
Yes.
out on the far left-hand side.
Let's see what Surrey Park do here. I think they'll make a few midfield changes. For our non-lacrosse viewers, we can interchange during the game freely. There's a lot of interchange in a lacrosse game, particularly for the midfielders. But you're only going to settle the ball down a little bit, I think.
I think we're coming to the end of the second half here, so there's not too long. I think the players
First
know that. First half, sorry, as Pepperell takes a dodge on his right hand. And save by Evan Willis.
Well, it's been a keeper's game. I've already said it, that some of the best players on the field are the keepers, and you don't get much better in Australia than these two keepers we have here. As the ball is in Williamstown's forward line with Jennings. Passes it to behind the cage. Are they going to look for that short pole defender? As they love drawing so hard. Ball's moved to the top.
Menzings with the big shot. Came out of nowhere. They just Wilkinson saw him free up high and passed it up to him, where he took about 2 or 3 steps and put in a big bounce shot on his left.
Williamstown really needed that. They've had a lot of possession this quarter. They haven't really converted. They really needed that goal coming to the last dying seconds of this quarter. Again, you see the whole Surrey Park defence line has fallen low. They've followed the ball. They probably haven't thought I'll keep someone to stay high just to watch where the ball's at. See there, Williamstown have capitalised.
I think Wilkinson in that case drew 3 players. Fantastic effort, realistically.
Smart play.
As the ball's down for the face for the players to fight for it hard. We got Kier taking on.
And that's half time.
That's it. That's the
And
half.
Williamstown will go into half time 1 goal up.
As we go to a break and come back for the second half of the State League Men's 2011 Grand Final. See you then.
So, players edge, pass the shot, all the competitors please then make their way onto the field now. And all helpers. Time for the fastest shot competition.
The start of the third quarter and the second half is about to get underway. 6-5 to Williamstown, a very close game this far.
Championship quarter, Gus, and the face-off players are really working hard. Can't really split them.
Yeah, well, Roberts comes out with it again. This guy is killing it both in the midfield and the forward line.
Again, you see there, he drew 2 players, moved the ball. Can't ask for any more from a face-off player.
Yeah, absolutely great work. As Higgs offloads it to the back where Lawman's waiting for it. Sorry, correction, that's Spreadborough.
Spreadborough, the veteran of this game, him and Nicholas, 38, still battling out. Look great, running around like they're 21 years of age.
They've obviously left their walking sticks on the side for today though, Timmy.
They won't be walking tomorrow, I'll tell you that much. And look, Nicholas played in the Australian indoor team this year, looked fantastic, dominated, played really well, great athlete.
Yeah, well, the field's only a quarter of the size, though. There's the advantage there.
Yeah, you can't get away anyway, you're in a closed space like playing ice hockey.
Pepperell looks to take the dodge, he rolls back again. He gets a shot off and it goes wide. Surrey will retain possession though, as they were closest to the end line when it went over.
There we go. One of the fans gets a lucky bruise to take home.
Well, everybody gets something. Is that
Surrey
a
Park
hidden ball?
trying the hidden ball. Trying the hidden ball.
That's one of the softest hidden balls I've ever seen. Nothing like the Japanese at 2010 World Games against the Australians, unfortunately. Have you seen that, Timmy?
I have seen that. I recall a hidden ball done in the 2003 indoor where the goalkeeper the Australian goalkeeper didn't know where the ball was, and I had to point out the ball was in the back of the net. Rather embarrassing for us against Canada in our first ever game.
I don't like the fact that apparently it's only ever Australia that gets done with the hidden ball trick.
And the Canadians and the Iroquois are masters of the hidden ball.
Obviously we're not, if you take a look at that one that we just saw there, unfortunately.
We're working on it.
They call that one the Crouching Tiger hidden ball. As the ball's moved behind and past to Higgs in the middle, who tries a quick stick but doesn't actually get the ball in his stick. It was so quick that he didn't even get it.
Well, that's one of the kind of main points of a quick stick. It's got to be in your stick first before you can throw it away, unfortunately.
Yeah, the speed's kind of irrelevant if you don't actually have a ball in it.
That's right.
You
As
can, call,
Buxton under
you, can
pressure.
call it, you can call it what you want, but if it's not doing anything, it's kind of irrelevant.
And generally, we used to see a lot of quick sticks back in the older days when we had the man behind the cage or the person playing X called the feeder. And we usually had a player called the crease player, and you see that guy by the name of Nathan Stiglish is a master of playing crease. Very big guy, will take the ball from anywhere and relies on the quick stick.
I've seen his brother Daniel Stiglitz get a few goals like that this year as well, actually.
Of course, we did a great job for Footscray this year.
And Footscray, very unfortunate in the 50th year. They just fell short, going down Surrey by 2 in overtime.
A great game, that one. Of course, on the last episode of Fast Break Lacrosse, you got to see a small preview of that game.
That's right, Gus, and it's good to see Footscray actually coming up through the ranks. Great work that Daniel Stiglish and Max Madonna have done there. Max Madonna being the head coach of the winning team of the Australian women's team in 2005. Has done wonders for Footscray.
As Wilkinson nearly takes off the goalkeeper's head there.
Whoa, an amateur pass from Spalding. Sees the ball easily intercepted. Wilkinson loses it. Oh, but Jennings is waiting there to get the shot.
Missed opportunity and 2 levels there. The goalkeeper's out of the cage and he's one guy you want to take out. If you can get rid of the goalkeeper for a game, you can get a good clean hit on him. It's a great advantage. You do want to rattle his cage.
What a schmozzle. As Spalding goes to pass long and just ends up passing into the waiting stick of the Williamstown defender. And the ball's moved right in the middle where Wilkinson should have caught it. Had no pressure, should have caught it, and actually takes a really good hit. I enjoyed that hit, actually.
Luckily for Williamstown, Jennings just happened to be in the right spot at the right time.
And we're going to a face-off here. Was that a goal?
That was a goal, Timmy.
Yeah, just missed
Blink
that
and
one.
you'll miss it.
Gee whiz.
All right, 7-5 to Williamstown.
Fastest game on 2 feet, Tim. Blink and you'll miss it.
And this could be it, the third
God.
quarter. Like you said, 7-5. Are they going to pull away with it?
You see Joel Williamson using his foot there. Probably
Not
something
exactly
umpires might
street
pick up.
legal.
And there's a flag down. Flag down. I think that might be an interference.
I thought there was a loose possession there. Why is play continuing if the flag is down?
Now, generally when a flag is thrown, we can actually, for non-lacrosse viewers, we play on till the ball hits the ground. So it's like advantage on, but we wait till the ball hits the ground, then the umpire will pull the game up and call the penalty.
But it's not always when the ball hits the ground, because you can have a legal rolling pass. So it's actually technically where the ball is in uncontrolled possession.
Correct, Gus. Very
I think
true.
you might also see them call if you're not looking to make an advancement at the goal.
That's correct. If you're just running around, you're not actually doing anything with the ball, they will pull it.
Higgs in the middle, a great pass from number 7, waits, and gets the goal. This is great moving lacrosse, right?
We were just talking about the quick sticks earlier. We've seen a couple of them this game.
And you'll see Ben Waite here, just seeing there, a good little lefty, just looking inside. Very good feeder, by the way. And you see number 9 Higgs playing the what we call the hole, just looking there for the ball. Williamstown just left the man in the hole, which is a no-no. You always want to honour the guy who's in front of the cage.
Well, that's the easiest place to get a goal from.
And that brings it back to 7-6, Williamstown's way. Surrey clawing their way back into this game. As we see Robertson...
The battle between these two continues.
Williams go again.
Now you
I
see-
think Roberts has actually won it in this half.
Well, you
this
see
far.
Roberts, he stepped it up a notch. What he's actually doing, he's doing a straight clamp. He's working on speed. Nothing more than that. Just doing a straight clamp, not even moving his stick forward, just boom, straight down.
That looked to be a trip to me
I
just
thought
there
it
a
was a
second
trip.
ago. I don't know what the referee was looking at, but there should have been a flag thrown on that for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's how it goes with referees, though. There'll be some that go your way and there'll be some that won't. But in the end, it should even up. It's as long as the referees are consistent to that degree.
Look, I think they have been consistent, and so there's really not much to complain about overall.
Darren Nicholas offloading the ball to Matthew Price at the top. Moved across to Alt Lawman on the right-hand side.
And Williamstown have slowed down a little bit. They're just controlling the ball, just taking their time. They're probably looking for the weak play here, Dave Spreadborough.
Ooh, a quick pass to the middle. Ooh, and Wilkinson goes for the bounce shot, but doesn't get enough pace on the ball in order for it to be a viable shot. A horrible pass, sees the ball go out.
No, it's kept in play. It's kept in play there, Gus.
Sorry, over the esky there. Don't want to stand too close to the sideline because some of these players are well over 100 kilo. And one of those guys flying at you can
You
cause an
mentioned the
injury.
signatures before. Some of the biggest blokes in the sport. Wouldn't want to get one of them charging at you. Ooh, and a shot misses.
I think we go back in the Eltham days when both the Siglish boys at Eltham, we did have a midfield line that was in excess of 300 kilos. We called it the 1 ton line.
Take that, Rodeo.
And I do recall one final against Williamstown that I did get cleaned up by Daniel Stiglish, who was on my team, and I think I did suffer a bit of concussion. It was like being hit by a steam train.
I wouldn't know. I've never been hit by one.
We see Andrew Arthur trying to dodge from behind. Passes it up to number 3, who takes a shot, and it goes wide.
But luckily, number 7, Waite is waiting.
Well, that's his name, and he lives up to it.
Ben Waite, I played with this guy in the 96 Under-19 World Cup in the final. He's a sneaky little player. Shot 3-4 goals, I think, in the final against the US.
That Marquardt is great at ground balls. There's a ball anywhere near him in his vicinity, he'll pick it up and get the offloading pass.
I think he must have a vacuum cleaner on the end of his stick there, Gus.
Great fast
goal.
break. And then see number 4 in the other guy's face there from Surrey. Great fast break goal. That is a classic fast break.
It's Williamstown's bread and butter, really, isn't it? They love that transition lacrosse, and they love to get that fast break. We see Darren Nicholas, again, being the man who kind of orchestrates the whole thing. You'll see they use every man on this L formation here in the fast break, and Wilkinson with a great little
Another
quick stick.
Another quick stick.
And generally moving the ball means you're moving the defence and they have to slide. Great play again by Darren. He's a master of fast breaks. Again, that's I think the second or maybe third we've seen him involved with. He's really keeping Williamstown together at the moment.
And Williamstown wanting to pull away from this game. 8-6, 2 goals down to Surrey. And Roberts has done well in the face. I don't think he's lost one this half. He's done actually great work. And Marquardt again scoops up the ground ball that he loves to do so much. Charging down the field. He's not slow either, is he?
No, Marquardt can move. He's very quick in defence. Unfortunately, we see a turnover here.
It's been a turnover. I think there was a bit of a scuffle in the middle of the field.
Or potentially an offside, which does happen when a long pole goes charging over the centre line.
Joel Williams with a diving hit.
You just mentioned there an offside to me. Do you mind explaining for us, for the non-lacrosse viewers out there, how offside works in lacrosse? It's quite different to other sports.
Generally, you've got a centre line. You have 4 players in your defensive half, one of them being the goalkeeper. You have 3 players in your attacking half, and you have 3 people being the midfielders can run anywhere. At all times, if a long pole, a defensive player goes over the line, a midfielder will have to stay back from him to make sure there's 4 players in the defensive zone. When you actually have an extra one over, being 7 in your attacking zone, you're effectively offside, or vice versa.
Josh O'Neill charging from the left-hand side.
Trying to take on Darren Nicholas. Don't stick your arm out, O'Neill. Nicholas will take it off.
He's got that solid upward check. Oh, and a bounce shot hits the top right-hand corner. Dynamite work from there from number 15, Henderson. He's got a good right-arm shot. And let's have a look at the replay.
And have a look at Henderson here. He's a big guy. He will just march in there and just step over the shoulder. Good shot. Shoots it, hits a corner.
About half a foot out of the circle. That's where you want to get a bounce shot to go.
Exactly. Great bounce shot. Can't fault it. Warwick Henderson, generally, keeping in mind, he's a big guy. He's also got a big outside shot. He's looking quite fit this year. He certainly looked like he's worked on his fitness. He's a danger man.
And again, Surrey Park manages to pull themselves back in the game.
You see Willie gets their first face-off for the quarter, I think.
And that was Nicholas taking the face as well. So a good little change up there. And a good dive from Wilkinson. But is it enough?
Unfortunately, I think the ball crossed the line before Wilkinson made that dive. You got to give him A for effort there, but unfortunately didn't get there in the end. As we see Andrew Arthur with the ball, looks to take on Wilkinson. No, passes across to the keeper. And they clear to the far side again.
There's a long pass here in Spalding.
You see Surrey just walking the ball down.
Here he goes to Spalding. Not an easy take, but does well to get the ball and passes to the left-hand side. And behind, where they can easily set up a play in Waite. The right-hand side with number 17, Spreadborough.
Again,
Spreadborough.
Controlling the ball. He's really controlling the offense down there.
Number 20, Pepperell. And left side, Andrew Arthur. What are they going to set up here? He's got the longie on him. Can't do much there. Ooh, and it looks like a shot, but ended up just being a bounce pass.
Surrey Park are really having a dip here. They've realised that they've really got to step it up. They've got a lot more possession. They're winning the face-off. I think they've won 3 out of the 4 that have been taken this quarter. And they're really being quite aggressive towards the goal. They're inverting behind here. You see they're isolating up top.
And the ball's moved to the top, and no crank is taken. A crank, of course, being a very hard shot from outside. Pepperell over the shoulder and gets it to the offside of keeper Willis. Not much you can do about that, especially on the run. There might have been a mild screen from the defender. Of course, as the defender gets in the way of the eyes of the keeper, he can't see the shot that well.
Now I have to pick here on Darren. He's taken one hand to play defense, so playing one hand defense is a big no-no. It's really put him offline. Pepperell's just quite quick, run straight past him, shot, goal.
You've got to give Pepperell credit there, though, for a well-placed shot.
I think Marquardt did actually screen the goalie a little bit on that one, which again isn't necessarily his fault, as he may have been sliding to double Darren Nicholas. But again, the scores are equal now. For the 4th time in this game, we've seen both teams go up and down and then result in being equal again. Joel Williams fighting hard for the ground ball. Roberts this time not winning. Ooh, a clever pickup from Troy Butson, charging in, and he pulls it out again to slow down, maybe set up a play, bring the ball behind. Aggressive defense from Surrey and Spalding. Ball's moved to the right-hand side. Sorry, the goalie's right-hand side. Ball's at the top now. DiPietro moved across to Wilkinson. And back behind the cage. Look how far out Surrey's pushing. Now that is great pressure from the defense line. They are pushing them all the way to the boundary to try and, I guess, force that wayward pass.
Well, Surrey Park are playing what we call very, very aggressive defence. They're forcing Williamstown to work harder and forcing Williamstown to make decisions under pressure. And generally, they've really stepped it up a notch from the last quarter. You can do 2 things in defence. You can sit in and just pack it in nice and tight and wait for them to come to you. Or, alternatively, you go out and you press and you work hard and you force the other team to make mistakes. And that is exactly what they've done.
That could be the difference to what they did last year. I feel like they let Williamstown bring the game to them instead of bringing the game.
That was a great check there from number 11,
Joel Williamson.
Literally
hit the stick out of the Surrey guy's hands.
And apologies, Joel Williams, I should say.
He's the son of someone.
As we said, great little face-off player, built for face-off, and works very hard between the lines. Been a very solid face-off player for Williamstown in the last 5 years. And again, remember, Williamstown here have been a dominant team over the last 15 years. They've won, I think, the last 3 or 4 grand finals. Or I think it is the last 3.
My sources, again, are not verified. I have just been told that statistically Williamstown is the most successful lacrosse club in the world.
No, they actually would be Malvern. Malvern Lacrosse Club are the most successful club in the world. They've actually, I think they've won 50 State League premierships now. They actually won 10 State League Grand Final premierships in a row twice.
That's
10 straight. And I think that is in the world Guinness Book of World Records. Again, Henderson actually having a drive here.
Now that is absolutely fantastic backing up. That's what you talk about. The goalkeepers being some of the best natural athletes in the team. Willis was actually able to back up the shot, and that's the kind of thing that can make a difference in a game. Being able to back up your shots and maintaining possession for your team. This is the grand final. There's no other game after this. You have to try your hardest and work your hardest to try and get possession when you can.
Evan Willis, great athlete, does a lot of kettlebell training, CrossFit training. The other thing you might see here is if you do see a goalkeeper get a fast break, may run down and shoot a goal as well. Generally, that's one thing you occasionally will see. Steve
Mackey is one of the, you'll see one of the most fast break prone goalkeepers I've ever seen. I imagine as a defender, your first instinct is if Steve Mackey gets the ball, you don't run down the field.
Great save there by Evan Willis. Reflex save. It was put to his top right, but he'd already lowered his stick and managed to get it back up in time. As we see Andrew Arthur behind the cage with the ball.
Again, keepers win games. Ryan, keepers win games. And that's a big save. Should lift the Williamstown defence and the team overall. Interesting to see here what Surrey will do. Williamstown have packed it in a little bit.
Well, that's a one-on-one.
Oh, fakes low, tries to shoot high. He's in the crease. Keeper's ball. Interesting to see. Williamstown are packing a little bit. They're not really going out and chasing Surrey Park too hard. Surrey Park are coming to them. That's smart play.
The opposite to what Surrey Park are doing in their backline, which could prove the difference. But
a dangerous fumble there right in front of the goal. Luckily, Evan Willis picks up the scraps and moves it on downfield.
Darren Nicholas on fast break again.
Pulls it out. No fast break for them. That's Wilkinson. Oh, another foot save. He has so many foot saves, Tillis, and he's just in the correct position every time you shoot. You're almost more likely to get a shot. Probably his hips is your best place to shoot if you're going to shoot against him.
Any keeper you want to shoot hips, non-stick side, generally he's very good there as well. He's good all around the cage. The only thing I'm thinking at the moment, we're playing at Chadstone. Tillotson will have the sun in his eyes, so you probably want the ball to come from the left-hand side at his head, where he will lose sight of the ball. Generally, that's the side you want to be driving from, because he has the sun in his eyes. You really want to take advantage of that.
All right, and Williamstown calls a timeout. Well, it's been a run and gun quarter this far. Williamstown not really winning the face-off for the first half of the quarter, but doing quite well.
Oh wait, hang on. No, there's some contention with the timeout decision here. I believe I can hear people shouting that Williamstown were called offside. We're gonna it's going to be a referee's timeout.
What?
Yeah,
And just while they confer as to what actually happened, I think no matter what the decision here is, Williamstown have got their timeout either way. So it's much of a muchness at the end of the day.
You can only call a timeout when the ball is in your half. So if the ball is not in your half, it'll be a 30-second technical.
Or if the ball is out of play.
Correct. Or
well,
again,
I think the contention here is not that the ball wasn't. There you go. It's been called. The offside was called first, so the ball was in their half, but they were illegally offside. So it's not going to be a Williamstown timeout. However, they basically got one there.
They did get a quick break, but I think the thing here is actually possession matters. We don't want to. These are the little things that are really going to hurt teams. It's a close game. We don't want to get the short little technical penalties. You want possession. You don't want to start making errors. You're fatigued. You're very tired. It's hard. Athletes start to make mistakes when they're fatigued. We're starting to see a little bit of that. It would be interesting to see. Now, this is where fitness really comes into it. Who is the fittest team? Who's going to be thinking more clearly when the pressure's on?
Now, of course,
Speaking of fitness, we've got Pepperell with the ball here. He's very quick, and from what I've seen of him so far this year, very fit.
Look, the whole Surrey Park outfit looks fit. They're generally
I think they're also a younger team than Williamstown as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the age statistics. I mean, certainly Spreadborough and Nicholas.
Pepperell!
Great goal. Pepperell has been working hard for that. That's a great goal. It's his second this quarter. He's really stepped it up, keeping Surrey Park in it. You know, the pressure on Roberts has sort of stepped up a little bit, and seeing these other players, these lateral players, really step up.
That's a fantastic goal, running from behind the cage. The defender stayed on him, but geez, there's not much you can do when you're running the other way and shoot backwards. The goalie has no sight of the ball and just didn't have time to react to it. This time, Surrey ahead.
9-8, Gus. It's an exciting game. What can I say? We're in the third quarter, and it's still only one goal in it.
And as I said, Mitty D will win this game. You see Joel Williams, he's really using his foot there in the face-off. He's been quite clever about it.
Whoa! No call on that one?
And as they say, in the face-off, generally there's be a great face-off player at Altona by the name of Zane Stevens, probably one of the best face-off players in the country. You know, I recall him telling me the best cheat wins in face-off. And generally that's what face-off players do. They cheat like hell. And they see what they can get away with. Chris Baker, who's umpiring today, he's one of the best cheats I ever saw playing face-off. He was amazing. But generally that's how they play.
One of my favourite cheats I've ever heard of is just a quick little whistle, Timmy.
A quick whistle, or you grab the other person's stick right in the middle, you put your finger in there, or you do anything you can, or you pinch your stick. You do as much as you possibly can.
We had an instructional tutorial that we did earlier on with Robbie Stark of Caulfield. Taking behind.
Oh, he goes Spreadborough around the back, great
the
play.
back shot.
Stick in his left hand, throw the keeper off, you go to that side there, around the back. Something you'll see a lot of Canadian players do, around the back reversal through the legs. Saw some amazing goals in the World Indoor this year from John Grant Jr.
That guy is just a freak, isn't he, Timmy?
If you get a chance, YouTube John Grant Jr. and you'll learn about what it is to be a lacrosse magician, effectively.
I've seen him get some one-handed goals between his legs and behind his back.
I think there's a famous one where he beats Caulfield's John Tokarua, and he shoots between his own legs on the run to get the goal. And it's there's just not much you can do about it as a defender when you got players that can get pinpoint accuracy.
I've seen the guy, I think it was in the 2003 World Cup in the final against Iroquois. He was on the goal line extended, which means he was actually parallel with the goal line, had no angle. He shot on a 4x49 goal at the goalkeeper's foot, and it deflected and went in, and he meant it.
And that's the half right there.
Oh,
Surrey Park going into for their first change for the day, 1 goal up. It's the important one too, going into the last quarter.
I've got to say, Ryan, Surrey look quite fired up going in the fourth. Williamstown look a little bit flat. The last quarter, it's a one-goal game. It's anyone's game, as I said earlier.
And we'll be back in 1 minute for the final quarter of the 2011 State League Men's Grand Final. And the final quarter is about to get underway. A riveting game this far. Surrey Park ahead by 1 goal, 8-9.
There's absolutely nothing in this game. With 1 quarter remaining, what are we gonna see happen here?
Well, I mean, something we've seen the whole time as Roberts charges down and gets a goal. Well, that's how you start the final quarter. That is textbook lacrosse. Win the face-off, just like Timmy told us, and then bang, get the goal.
And what you're seeing here is Roberts actually has changed his face-off. He's not clamping. He's done what we call a flick. He's flicked the ball out. He's really got Joel Williams there by surprise. He's been working. Generally, face-off players will have a number of techniques they can pull up. He's tried something different. He's switched by fast break. Great play. If I'm Williamstown right now, if I was the 2 midfielders, I'd be running straight down to defence to break off the fast break.
A thing that really helped him on that as well was his natural left-hand ability. And the sheer fact that he won the face and was able to pick up the ground ball on his left hand straight after winning the face-off and charge down. Now, there's been a call made by the refs.
I think somebody broke the restraining line there, one of the Williamstown players, and the ball is going to go Surrey's way.
Now, of course, do you want to take us through how the breaking the restraining line, the possession works on the midfield?
Effectively, you cannot break the restraining line until possession's called in the face-off. If you break the restraining line, it's an automatic turnover. That's to allow the 6 players who are contesting the ball to contest the ball fairly, and so you probably reduce blind hits as well.
Of course, a definite safety issue as Pepperell offloads to Andrew Arthur.
The Surrey Park really look like they want this game. They just look very dominant. They're playing with a lot of confidence. The last quarter here for 2011, they really look like just a very confident team, very dominant at the moment.
You mentioned fitness at the end of last quarter. There's also a certain element of mentality. You said as the players were coming off, Surrey were amped up and really happy to be running to their bench. But Williamstown only kind of trudged off slowly and as if they were unmotivated. And there it is. There's a goal out of nowhere. Pepperell charges in and peppers the cage.
Pepperell again this last half has just been dominant. You got 2 last quarter, 2 crucial goals. And this quarter he's really again just stepped it up another notch on his right hand. Really nice play. Very impressive.
And there's been a foul called, a cross-check on Sam Marquardt. He's going to spend 1 minute in the box.
Yeah. I think we see Ryan Gussie. I think this is Surrey Park's first man up of the game. Right at the right time too. Williamstown again, as we said, didn't look that confident running off in the last quarter of the last break. They just looked a little bit puffed, not as assertive as Surrey Park did. The body language said a lot, I think, and really coming this last quarter, Surrey Park are giving it everything.
So like you say, a man-up play now. Let's see what the midfield defence can do to stop them from charging down and getting the goal. Roberts in the face.
This is also, I'd like to point out, the largest lead ever for the game so far. 3 goals, and that's just a comment on how tight this game has been, that 3 goals is the biggest lead we've seen all day.
Yeah, actually a good addition, Ryan. That's a really good point. It's been an extremely close game this far. And Surrey trying really hard to try and pull away in the you could say the dying minutes of the game, but there's still another 20 minutes left.
We haven't seen the ball down the Williamstown attack zone yet. Really, just Surrey Park, they had complete dominance.
Good ball movement. Oh! Spreadborough, fantastic
Behind the back
work.
goal from Spreadborough, that is amazing. It just comes off so quickly. He takes it round his back, and Evan Willis just doesn't know where it's coming from.
I missed my opportunity, but that was a boom moment, if any.
And you see here, moving the ball, Spreadborough does a simple thing, he cuts straight across. They're looking for that cut, it'd be a set play. He takes the goalkeeper's thinking it's coming from his left side, left hand, he throws it behind his back. Very hard for a goalkeeper to react to that when he's so close. Good shot selection.
Now you say it was a set play. Do you think the set play is the behind the back shot?
Hey,
Do you think that's something they practice?
Why not?
You've got to have confidence.
If you can do it.
Great
Nicholas.
face-off by Reggie. They've brought him back into the face-off. He's unlucky the last face-off. He had a clean clamp on the ball. His middies couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, this Roberts is fit. He's taken probably 90% of Surrey's face-offs and still able to get that many goals. Nicholas has checked from putting the stick outwards. A kind of
Now, I think you'll find
A
that
junior
Surrey Park is
lacrosse
still
mistake.
Surrey Park is still a man up. They're going to press the ball.
Sorry, he's complaining. I think they're complaining. Oh, and a goal.
But it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Oh, there's a late trip there from Jennings, but it doesn't matter. He's already got the goal. A fantastic crank shot from outside.
We're seeing it get a little bit more rough and tumble here in this game right now. And I think you're seeing the extra intensity come into it in the last quarter here. Everybody wants it.
Definitely seeing a lot of intensity. Williamstown getting the first goal in their first conversion. Great shot from the outside by Daniel Jennings. He finally gets one first for his game, I believe. But again, he's got a big shot from the outside. They'll need more of that, Williamstown, to take the game.
Williamstown trying to claw their way back, and only a 3-goal deficit now. Are we going to see a tie?
Yep.
Anytime soon. Oh,
Again,
there he is.
great
Roberts
pace of
again,
play by
charging down,
Roberts.
changes to his left hand and loses possession. Ball's loose.
Ball spending a lot of time on the ground, but guys are going at 100%. That's what you want to see in grand finals. Guys really hitting the ball hard. Ground balls win games. That's a costly turnover. No, umpires called timeout. Go Williamstown ball. Or Surrey Park
Surrey
ball.
Park
Sorry,
ball.
Surrey Park.
Ball. Surrey ball from the right-hand side.
Now Williamstown really have to do something here. It's the last quarter. They're 3 down. They have to work out when they want to start playing high-risk lacrosse. When I say high-risk lacrosse, it means when you start doubling the ball, pressing the ball. You have to work out when that time is when you actually have to take huge risk to actually get high gain.
Definitely. It's the equivalent of in ice hockey of pulling your goalie to bring out that extra forward player to try and get that goal that you actually need.
Now in the 2010 World Cup, we actually saw Canada do that. They pulled their keeper. They were 2 down, they actually tried that. I think they're unlucky, but it did kind of work. But occasionally in field lacrosse, you could, if you want, pull your keeper and put a short stick D out there to actually press the ball.
Ball behind with Cook, looking to charge. He's found the short pole. Passes it to the middle.
Oh, great feed by Cook to Spreadborough.
And a good save as well from Evan Willis.
Could this be the last quarter we ever see David Spreadborough and Darren Nicholas play? That's the other thing, 2 stalwarts of Australian lacrosse.
Well, both of them have done enough for their clubs in the history books. What can they do for the rest of this game? Cook taking it behind.
Cook trying to isolate that dodge from behind there. Not to much avail so far, but gets it into Spreadborough on the crease, who fumbles. And they're fighting over the ball. Spreadborough gets the scraps.
Great ground ball. Good, really good ground ball.
All you have to do if you're Surrey Park right now is control the ball. You just need to control possession. They're two goals up. They just need to hold the ball in their half.
I don't think they're going to do that, though. I think the boys are really going to take it to them.
That's a bit high there.
Josh O'Neill comes out with possession after being held around the helmet.
And luckily comes out with his head still intact as well.
That should be a call of too high. You do have a flag
I
down.
think,
30-second
that's
hold.
a call on
30-second
Barrett for a hold.
Now really, Surrey Park going to the second man up. What they want to do is still keep on driving the goal, but just holding the ball. They really want to keep the ball in their end. Again, Williamstown like to play run and gun lacrosse. They need to take that away from them. They need to really make Williamstown now play to their style of lacrosse. Keep on driving the goal as much as they can, but kicking the ball around. They're 2 up. They can take all the time in the world if they like. They have to play now smart lacrosse. Keep on rotating the midfield through.
But it's like you say, right now, Williamstown need to be more aggressive than ever to try and get that possession and try and get their goals up. They have a 3-goal deficit. They have to bring the game to Surrey and not the other way around.
And generally, this is where you really have to back your keeper. Because once you start pressing out,
Don't give this man any... You give him any room and he'll take it. Right in front of the goal.
As he does, Gus, you called it. Roberts there with a big shot. He's got such a rocket, and you just can't give him that extra space, which he's naturally, I think, going to find on a man-up play like this.
watch him. No one really steps to him. The first move in there to Roberts should be a poke check on his hands. Really not letting his hands get free. The Williamstown defence have really gone way too far out there on that guy on the top right. No need for that to happen. Really want to suck it in there. Again, Roberts gets free. You cannot let that guy get free. He's a huge shot. And his shot percentage, I think, this quarter this whole game, I think he's got 90% of his shots.
Hasn't missed many. He's probably won as many shots as he has face-offs in this quarter anyway. It looks like another one. Good pick-up, passes straight to the middle, where Spreadbar is waiting. Ball moves to the right-hand side, back up to the top. Ooh, good pick-up, good take from Higgs. Oh, back up to Roberts, an underarm shot, gets the goal, boom! Fantastic work from him there at the top.
There's just no stopping this man. I mean, he's unbelievable. What can they do to stop this, Timmy?
Really, at the moment, they've got Surrey Park have got a number of shooters. Blair Preppel's really, you can remember, he's a dangerous player. He really got them into a good position. Now Roberts is again, he's got nothing to worry about. He can actually afford to shoot the ball because they're up, so he's just letting it rip. They can afford to actually take some risks, Surrey Park, because they're actually now on a 5-goal lead. Really, I want to stop Roberts. You actually have to get all over him. You have to be on top of his hands, constantly have stick on his hands so he can knock his hands free for a shot. When he does look like he's one-up shot, it's got to be a poke check. You've got to rattle him a little bit.
Would you consider locking him off?
I would definitely have him locked off by now. We probably would have had him locked off in the first quarter.
All right, fair enough. Good call. Keir loses the face-off, but it looks like River Bradley gets the kick. Oh, DiPietro takes
in the
fall.
rear.
Oh,
Great pick up by
Mark
White.
loves that ground ball. He's so good at that. DiPietro charging down the middle of the field.
Bradley trying his hardest to get the ball off him. Unfortunately, DiPietro holds on, and the ball goes to Lawman, looking to dodge from the top on his left. Passes to the crease. Butson on the crease, who misses.
Fumbles.
Great look by Lawman, though, with great eyes. Unfortunately, didn't convert, but great play by Lawman.
Late hit.
Then we see Surrey Park.
Hit, but no, not called by the refs. Ball's moved right in the middle. Oh,
great save by
that's
Willis.
A fantastic save from Willis, who charges out of the field. And it looks
there has been a call. The flag is down, and
what's it called?
Illegal body check. So that was that late hit that we saw at the halfway line. 1 minute for Davis DiPietro there. So Surrey will go into another man up.
Another man up. Well, they didn't have one all game, but in this fourth quarter, I think this is their third man up.
Again, we're seeing Williamstown play some really high-risk lacrosse, and when you play a high-risk lacrosse, these are the sort of things that happen. But really, Williamstown have to do this. They've really got no other option. They've really got to step it up and force Surrey Park to make some decisions and shoot the ball so they can get a turnover.
All right, good ball movement from Surrey.
Great save by Willis again.
He's putting in the hard yards. Oh, and a good ground ball there from number 17, Spreadborough. Putting in the hard yards as well.
If we go back in the history books, we have seen 9-goal comebacks in the last quarter. Surrey Park had a 9-goal comeback, I believe, against Williamstown one many years ago.
Oh, again. Roberts, give him 2 meters and he'll take as much as you want.
Give him half a meter, I think, Gus, and he'll take as much as he wants.
Oh, fantastic work. He has got a rocket on that left arm, and he slams it into the back of the net. I think you'll need some stitching and repair work there by the end of this game.
Ding ding goes the tram. I mean, Roberts really, he has stepped it up, and that was stick side too. Around hip side, hard goal to save. He's had no inside shots. They've all been outside shots. I mean, the lesson really is you've got to get out there. You've got to press him on his hands, and really not give him that time and space to shoot the ball.
Now, Williamstown has called a timeout. So, what do you think the prospects are? You said there's been 9-goal comebacks. We, again, see Surrey now 6 goals ahead. 6 goals, that's a pretty steady deficit, and there's only probably 10 minutes left in the quarter.
Well, this is where Williamstown actually, we go back to that second quarter. That second quarter is now hurting them because really they had some fantastic opportunities. They didn't convert. That's really where this is now hurting them, that second goal quarter. Williamstown are really on the back foot. I wouldn't put it past Williamstown. They're a run and gun team. They can do anything.
They can score really quickly, can't they?
You never ever think you've got the game over Williamstown unless you're 400 goals up. I mean, this team can play. They can go up another notch. At the moment, though, what I'm seeing is all the momentum and confidence to Surrey. Williamstown are looking a bit rattled. Williamstown aren't really used to being in this position. This is not a position Williamstown are used to being in. Surrey Park have had experience in this position over the years. So really, all the momentum's going with Surrey. Roberts has just gone up to another level.
I think he's got 7 goals for the game. 6 or 7 or something like that, I think. And he's just been unstoppable. As he lets another one rip and it comes off the post.
Off the post. Jeez, could have, excuse me, just as easily been another goal to Roberts. He's playing the game of his life. I think that's maybe 6 goals now. Fantastic work. And gets right in front of the cage, and Willis he's trying so hard to keep himself and put Williamstown back in this game. And he does well to back up the shot.
Willis has had think about it, he's had a very good game. He's up against a very quality shooter on the outside shots. Really, his defense probably haven't stepped up enough in terms of really shutting down Roberts. I think it's been a tough one for the keeper. But in saying that, let's see what Williamstown can do in the dying minutes of the game.
As Menzies has the ball, looking to take it into the forward quarter of their field. Back up to the tops to Nicholas, who rolls once and dodges around the outside of Harvey. Puts the ball behind to Marquardt. Sorry, not Marquardt. As the ball goes high, Lawman comes through to take out the ball, but the whistle has been blown.
Well, there was a good feed there going back, Ryan, from Morlang to Lawman. Good quality lacrosse. Unfortunately, Lawman just missed that one. Williamstown look tired. They are also a very fit team, but as I said, in that third quarter, fitness is a big part, and you see the skills probably have dropped down on the side of Williamstown. Very impressive from Surrey, though. As
we see Menzies dodge in on his left, switches to his right, and a shot goes wide.
Surrey Park really have to do something here. They can't afford this. You're still going to see them just drive the goal, take every opportunity they can.
Williamstown.
As we see Jennings try to dodge in from behind. Did that come off the keeper's glove, I think, there?
I think it might have been post or glove. Difficult to see.
And we see River Bradley clearing a long pass up the field. Wayward pass
that's
that
what we
O'Neill
talk
could
about.
not keep.
Again, a message for any young lacrosse player watching this game. Remember this principle. Down the line. Never throw cross field. It's a dangerous pass. You'll put your friend in hospital. Always down the line, go to X. It is a basic principle of any lacrosse game. You watch US lacrosse, Canadian lacrosse, it's where the ball will always go.
Menzies with the ball again, passing down low to Wilkinson. Back up top to Jennings with a big shot. He loves that big shot. Unfortunately misses once again.
Wow.
He's been, I think, a bit unlucky on his shooting there today.
Look, he's been unlucky, but I have to say Tillerton's been fantastic in the cage for Williamstown. Williamstown really on the back foot here. They've got to keep on driving and shooting the ball if they had any hope here to win the game. Again, where the game's been won and lost here has been the face-off and goaltending. Really, Surrey Park, ultimately in the last quarter, have just been dominant, completely dominant in the face-off. And in the shooting department, Surrey Park have been amazing.
And Tillerson with another great save off Price's shot. Unfortunately, a wayward pass we see get cleared up by Lawman. And we see Williamstown on the attack again. This is the longest period of attack they've had this quarter.
I think it's the only attack.
Now, at the moment, we've got 3 Williamstown players behind goals. I don't know
Oh,
why.
fantastic goal!
Great turning shot from Wilkinson.
Wilkinson, he's putting in his 2 cents to try and claw their way back into this game. A great effort and a great running goal, shooting backwards.
Quite impressive there. I mean, I've got to say, Williamstown look a bit out of sorts. They've got 4 players very down low, huddled low. Don't know if that's a particular play they're playing, but they're crowding the cage. It's unlike Williamstown. They usually spread out a fair bit. Full credit to Wilkinson. Great shot. He's played very well today. The goal Williamstown really needed. Can they get 5 quick goals? I don't know. It could be a bit beyond them, but you never know.
All right, both these players again going down in the face. Ooh.
And the
Tough
ball
contest.
is a bit scrappy here. River Bradley flicks it out. He's first to the ball, keeps it in down the line.
Great effort. That could have been an early break. I think it was an early break because there was no possession called, I'm pretty sure.
Ball goes back to Surrey Park.
I think there may be a bit of contention over who broke first. The referees have made the decision, and they're standing by it. It's Surrey's ball.
An amateur pass there. Williams gets the knockdown, but luckily Surrey Park managed to maintain possession, and the ball's held at the top. Andrew Arthur holding it, moving it to the left side. Oh my God! Another unforced error. Sees the ball go out. Well, that's under 14s. That's.
This is where players are getting tired. They're getting fatigued. Surrey Park are fortunate they're a few up because they actually don't have to. The pressure's off them. However, if this was a 1-goal ball game, that would hurt you.
Definitely, and again we see another wayward pass go out, and
they're trading wayward passes for wayward passes. I think here, Gus. We saw one just there from Williamstown, and so Keir takes the ball from the back end for Surrey, passes it over to the keeper, passes it back to Harvey, and who passes long, and another wayward pass sees Williamstown clear up the ball and move it into the... No, wait, it's scrappy.
DiPietro rolls.
All Surrey Park will have to do now is control the ball. If Williamstown going to press, they just take a step in, go to goal, and they only take really the 80% shots. There's no pressure on Surrey Park at the moment. They just take 80% shots, control play, and just let the game run out. Let's see what Surrey Park do here. Williamstown are going to press them.
Andrew Arthur looking to dodge, loses the ball. I have to say, Andrew Arthur's been quite good during the season, but he's been a bit quiet here today, Gus.
Yeah, well, compared to compared to some of the performances we've seen him do during the season. But again, they wouldn't be here without him, so it's hard to write him off this far. He could still bring 3 or 4 shots into the game, and I think you can't also write off any of the assists that he's got in this game, which we haven't actually been mentioning. But I think he's got maybe 2 or 3, which are just as valuable as goals, as the shot misses on the left-hand side.
I tell you what, there's been 10 minutes of play in this quarter that have really put Surrey Park in the winning position. They're looking really scrappy now, but that 10 minutes by number 14, really by Roberts, has really put them in a very strong position. That has been the difference.
Tomasino gets the shot and a great save there by Tillison.
Great save.
Did the splits to save that with his leg, I think, there.
I think that was in the crease. I think Tomasino ran into the crease, and now Surrey get possession. A fantastic save from one of the best players on the team. Number 17, Spreadborough, taking the ball down the field. Takes a check.
Spreadborough has been in the attack line most of the day. It's interesting to see him down the back line there.
Nearly gets pushed back over, but does well to keep the ball in play. And Williamstown get possession back off their counterparts. Andrew Arthur passes to right beside the cage.
Oh, they're all over him. That was a bit high.
Scrappy.
And I think is that a hold call?
That is
I think it's just a
no.
It is a technical foul, so therefore it is only a turnover.
It is going to Williamstown. I thought it would be a Surrey Park ball.
I'm not sure what that was for, but as we see play continue with Darren Nicholas taking it down.
Right in the middle. Fantastic goal.
Menzies with another goal.
Menzies, fantastic work. He's put in the hard yards throughout this whole game, and he's done really well to get another goal in the final quarter.
Again, great play. Ball went down the line. Darren Nicholas carries down the line. He's moving the ball. Keepers had to move. You watch here. Well placed shot. He shot low. Keepers had to bend. Great goal.
Wilkinson loves to run down from the top, I've noticed, and he runs straight through the centre, expecting that ball every time. And a couple of times today he's got it, and it's caused a goal.
Well, out of nowhere, they've managed to pull the deficit down to 4 goals. We were saying 6 before. 4 is actually doable.
Well, this is Williamstown. I mean, they are, again, a very run gun team. Don't put anything past them. Let's see. Evan Roberts is back out. Let's see what he can do. He's had a bit of a rest on the sideline. He's back out. Let's see where the game changes. He's been the game changer this quarter.
You might even say he's been the game changer for them this season.
I think so. I mean, I recall having conversations with people saying that Surrey Park had a great import, and they do. The guy's quality.
This is great aggressive defense from Williamstown. The way they have to do it. They have to do it, but unfortunately, Pepperell gets another one of his trademarked run and gun goals. Fantastic work running behind the cage and gets the goal. Really good effort from some aggressive defense. Have a look at these 2 players charging the player on the left-hand side. A diving hit from Joel Williams and Marquardt charging at him. The pass comes across to the right-hand side.
Again, you see Williamstown doubling the ball. Pepperell's got all the time in the world. They're coming to him. He just takes a simple sidestep, moves the keeper. Hard for the goaltender. It's a one-on-one, tough one to save, but Williamstown have to do it.
Look, it's hard to be tough on Williamstown for that. I mean, they've got to push, and you saw Joel Williams giving it everything he could there to try and take that ball off him. Unfortunately, it led to a goal. But it's what they've got to do in this situation. There's no point playing safe and just letting Surrey win by 3 goals rather than 5.
Yeah, it's all or nothing lacrosse. As 2 players go down, not happy
definitely
about
a hold
that.
there.
Looks like there's no call from the
A
referees.
lot of things being missed here, and particularly holds umpires aren't picking up on. I don't know, they all need to get down to OPSM and get their eyes checked.
Yeah,
But
there's about 17 umpires on the field. I'm surprised that they're missing it. That's another goal. Number 15, Henderson gets the pass from Spreadborough and delivers on the goal. The goal was basically open. You turn the keeper, get the goal, basic lacrosse.
look, the other alternative here is what Williams can do. They can actually have the goalkeeper leave the goal to double the ball. That's the other alternative. But look, it's a tough call. It's hard. You're fatigued. You're tired. You're not thinking straight. You're going to make bad decisions. But Williamstown are doing what they can. Surrey Park are just capitalising. They're capitalising the fact that Williamstown are pushing them out, and they're getting now some easy goals. We see the score now 17-11. You'd have to think it's beyond Williamstown.
Well, there's got to be only a minute left or so left in this game. I think it's pretty much over for Williamstown. They've put in a good effort. Oh, and what's going here? We've got a bit of a niggle from Joel Williams on Roberts. River Bradley pulls down Menzies, and they're going at it. It's all on here.
Jeez, A fight is underway. That's, they're the third man in.
Generally, the best thing to do here, if you're going, is if you're going to go, a good way to stop a fight is pull someone to the ground. Generally, you get expelled for fighting. Certainly don't condone it. But if you do want to end a fight, throw the person to the ground or walk away. We're seeing a lot of research come out now about ice hockey players and American football players have been with a lot of physical infighting, of actually having some early onset amnesia, and having actually brain encephalopathy, I should say. So certainly don't condone fighting, not the best thing to do. So if you're a young player and you do find yourself in a scrappy situation, just run away, not worth it.
Well, there's a rule in lacrosse, and they say the third man in gets an instant expulsion.
I think that's what we're going to see here. I think there's probably 2 expulsions in there, in my book, at least 2, and probably a couple of fouls there as well that the referees are deciding on.
Well, I think in Josh O'Neill, I think was one who came in from Surrey. Again, you saw instigating of the fight from Joel Williams. That's maybe 2 minutes for the instigating. Actually, there's some credit is due to Evan Roberts for just trying to not get involved in the fight whatsoever. Even when he was taking hits, he just put his arms up and stepped backwards. A really great effort, and
generally not worth a while. But look, again, tempers do flare. Williamstown are clearly frustrated. This is not the position they find themselves in. They're frustrated. They've been so close. Just lost it in this last quarter.
I think we're about to see a decision here. So we've got a hold.
A hold.
30 seconds for a hold on Joel Williams. That's a confusing one. And 1 minute for a cross-check on Shea Menzies.
And
what
that's
else?
it.
That's it.
Simultaneous fouls and Surrey maintained possession. That is very soft umpiring.
Maybe it's because there's about 5 seconds left in the game. And there you go. There's the siren.
There it is. That's the bell. Fantastic work. A great effort from Surrey beating Williamstown. You boys have done your club proud. They did absolutely great. They beat the critics. They beat the odds. And they beat the opposition, Williamstown, in the 2011 Men's State League Grand Final. You've made the history book, boys. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations have to go to Surrey Park. I mean, they really pulled it out. Like Tim said, there was that 10-minute period in that last quarter there. Unfortunately, the game ended the way it did. It's not something you like to see. But until that point, it was a really good game. I mean, there was only 1 goal in it at three-quarter time, Tim.
Look, great game. You can't fault Surrey Park. It looked like they were struggling in the second quarter. Williamstown really probably didn't capitalise on many opportunities there in that second quarter. And great effort by Blair Pepperell. Played a great game in that third quarter. He really kept them in it, just gave them a 1-goal lead. And then Evan Roberts just really in that 10-minute period just stepped up and just gave them enough breathing space to have confidence. Great effort by Surrey Park. They've really been there for the last 5 years and they've just been very unlucky. They lost last year, and look, been a great effort. Well done to David Spreadborough, who's really had to, and Ben Waite have really been through this period of just a redeveloping club, and a fantastic effort and well deserved. And I think this is their first one since the early 90s. So it's been a long while, or maybe even
long time between drinks, Timmy.
Long time between drinks, and congratulations, Surrey Park. And look, well done, Williamstown. They've been up there for so long, and they'll continue to be up there for years to come. So
how do they actually keep that? How do you think they keep that up? I mean, Williamstown is a great club. They've been there for so long. How do you actually keep that culture up of winning year after year, or at least being there at the end of the year?
I think Williamstown have just had a great methodology in the way they play, and that's how they've developed the young players. They've had young blokes come up through, and they all learn the game plan, and they've developed some great lacrosse players over the years. They've got great depth, and look, well respected lacrosse club, well over 100 years, done exceptionally well. And look, Surrey Park fell off for a while and have built themselves back up, and this is the outcome of strong recruitment with juniors, and really today they are reaping the rewards. So congratulations to Surrey Park. Be interesting to see how they go next year without Evan Roberts. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic. So he will be a
7 goals.
He will be huge shoes to fill. But interestingly enough, I'd be interested to see if David Spreadborough continues on, and Darren Nicholas for Williamstown, both in the late 30s. It'd be great to see them play, but this may be actually the last game we see those guys play. And if so, great careers by both of them, but hopefully we do see them back next year. But I think next year is poised to be an absolute ripper. And I know I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but I can't help but get excited thinking about some of the other clubs coming up as well. We'll see some great things from Footscray and m.c.c. Camberwell sort of made some noises. They did defeat Surrey Park this year as well, remember. So next year's going to be an absolute cracker. Couldn't even pick who's going to win it next year. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's just been a great year of lacrosse, and it's ultimately Surrey Park are the champions, and congratulations to them. Well deserved.
Well, look, I think what we've got to talk about next is the man of the match, guys. For me, it has to be Roberts. Evan Roberts, for me, just he made that game for Surrey. He did it early on. They shut him off, and then when he got that space later on in the game, he really helped him pull away.
Well, honourable mention to Pepperell. He put in some real hard yards and stepped up whenever Roberts was absent, and also Evan Willis did a great job. The opposing keeper, the losing keeper, did a great job to save some of those really difficult shots, and I say probably had about a 30 to 40% save ratio on the shots that were on him. So that's a fantastic effort, but I agree wholeheartedly that number 14 for Surrey Park, Evan Roberts, was definitely the player of the match and really stepped up in the 2011 State League Men's Grand Final.
Look, honourable mention to Blair Preppel. He was amazing. I really think, flies under the radar. Great play third quarter.
Are you saying he's short, Timmy?
Well, he's a little bit shorter, but he really kept them in the game. In that third quarter, I think he 2 or 3 goals in the third quarter really kept them in the game, allowing Roberts in that last quarter just to absolutely step up a notch and take it. Full credit to Evan Roberts playing face-off, and to be able to attack like that is incredible. Definitely man of the match.
All right.
And he'll have a good journey home and a good story to tell when he gets back to the US.
Well, folks, you saw it here and you heard it here. A great game of lacrosse for everyone to enjoy and take home to their families. And also a very unpredictable preview of next year's season. We don't really know whether it'll be these two in the grand final, what with some absolutely expert players retiring and also leaving the country in Evan Roberts and other imports that won't be available for selection next year. So we could have anyone. We saw Footscray in the grand final, we saw Footscray in the final series, and we saw Eltham making it the final series. Two clubs that are very strong themselves and could even step up to take the grand final next year. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this awesome lacrosse grand final. Tune in and check out our website for any of the new updates, and tune in next year where hopefully we can bring another, if not better, State League Men's Grand Final. Thank you.